Hey, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know I'm a huge fan of public speaking as a lead driver and as a demonstration of expertise and thought leadership in a business. I speak often, as much as possible, around the country and around the world, and it helps drive business into my funnel. And as a result, I also like to be a member of the National Speakers Association. They just had a big conference in DC. I walked away with 3 big takeaways, and I'm going to review those for you this week in 3 and 5 with Patrick Allman. Hi, my friends. Welcome back to another 3 and 5 with Patrick Allman. I'm going to cover 3 marketing business tips in about 5 minutes. This is a semi-weekly podcast / YouTube series that when you watch it, it will help increase your business a little bit every single week. I'm pretty excited about this one because I just returned from a conference in DC, and by just, I mean, a week ago, where I hung out with all of my friends from the National Speakers Association. We didn't get to see too much sightseeing, but I hung out with them for like 12 hours a day in the Marriott. I can't remember which part of DC, but I just know it was right around the corner from the zoo. And what I learned are some 3 key things that I want you to walk away with because you couldn't attend. But real quick, I want you to look at attending the next one in Phoenix, Arizona. I'll be there because it's just a great area to network, a great conference to hang out with the smartest people in the industry every single year. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of public speaking because it's just a really good way to make it so you don't have to close so much business. Business just walks in the door and hopefully writes you blank checks. And wouldn't we all love more blank checks? So here are my 3 key takeaways from the NSA conference in DC. First one is digital media is still blowing up. I poked my head into 2 sessions. Actually, I poked my head into a lot of sessions, but 2 sessions specifically I know were not even standing room only. They were like fire, danger, hazard room only. The first one was the YouTube session. I can't remember the gentleman that did it, but I remember there were people sitting in the aisles, packed along the walls, and sitting on the stage. I mean, people want to know more about YouTube and digital video, and I cover some of that in some of my previous videos, but watching that room be full just confirmed more of what I believed already, is that digital media is important. And same thing with podcasting. I went over to watch a session from Craig Price, who puts out a podcast called The Reality Podcast, and his session also was packed. As a matter of fact, you can find pictures of it online, and there were people sitting on the stage basically listening to every single word Craig said. Craig Price is a pro in this area, and I would go follow him on Twitter and on Facebook if you haven't done so already. But those 2 sessions just confirm what we already knew, that you need to be paying attention to as a speaker, is that digital video, like you're watching right now, is important, YouTube is important, and podcasting is important. If you want to know any more information about how to do any of those, please reach out and contact me or check out one of my courses online. But please do not waste any more time. The internet is your 24-hour TV station, your 24-hour radio station, and if you are not taking advantage of it, you are missing out marketing opportunities. I kid you not. People watch my videos like this, watch some of my other videos, and they hire me based on just those videos, which makes my job a lot easier, okay? Please pay attention to it. The second thing I want you to remember, and this is a big takeaway for me, is that great storytellers rule the speaking world. We had a bunch of really great speakers on the stage. We even had George Takei from Star Trek on the main stage at NSA, and one thing that I noticed all these people had in common was they were great storytellers. And that's an area I think I could even improve it in myself. They know how to construct a story. They know about the pacing. They know about volume. They know about how to basically bring out the emotion in you, whether the emotion is joy, pain, happiness, sadness, tears falling out of your eyes, whatever it is. Great storytellers rule the speaking world. They can just have you eating out of the palm of their hand. So if you're not that good in the storytelling world, please join something like Toastmasters, or find someone who gives a class on how to give really good storytelling or really good keynote speeches. Once you do that, it will transform your business and you will end up on a lot bigger stages and make a lot better money. And the last thing I want to remind you of, and this really goes out to my beginning speaker friends out there, is that don't make it overcomplicated. I've been to this conference now, I think this was my 4th one, And one of the things I notice is as I gain more experience, people come to ask me some questions and they tell me how they're going to start their speaking business or when they're going to get started, is they're always kind of on the edge of glory. I'm going to start speaking once I have this keynote done, or I'm going to start doing videos like this once I have the perfect camera, or I'm going to start writing my book once I have this, this, and this. And that's an excuse I use also, by the way. Everyone's on the edge of doing something. They don't want to make that magical leap. They're waiting for something to basically turn them around to, basically transform them from an amateur to a professional. And the only thing that transforms you from an amateur to a professional is your mindset. You think you're a professional. You think you're a big stage speaker. You think you're a big money speaker. You think you're a big YouTuber. Already have that mindset from the get-go and then just work backwards and fill in what it takes to accomplish that. I have a big problem with that when it comes to writing a book. I know I want to write a book. I just haven't sat down and committed to it. I haven't picked an end date and the chapters I'm going to write. That's a failure on my part. So don't think that you're an amateur and you will someday be a professional. Think you're a professional and work backwards. Don't wait for the perfect camera to do YouTube videos. Fire up your phone and record a YouTube video. I got on my friend's case about that at the conference. And same thing goes with podcasting and your keynoting and writing your book. Set aside the time every single week to work on these things and you will eventually become an expert. All the big people that you idolize in the National Speakers Association and in the business of speaking didn't turn around from being an amateur one day to a professional next day. Nope, it took days, weeks, months, years, and decades to become considered a professional. And you've heard the cliche before that sometimes overnight success only takes 20 years. Well, that's definitely true in this business. So again, to recap, the three things I took away are digital media is really important. You need to get involved in the world of digital radio, i.e. podcasting on iTunes, or in the world of digital video. And the tools to get started are really inexpensive. And if you want some more information, contact me. Great storytelling is going to rule the big stages in the world. Please become a great storyteller. And third, don't overcomplicate the world of thought leadership and public speaking. It's very easy to get started. All you have to do is have that mindset that you're a professional and then make slow incremental progress every single day on things like your videos, on your speeches, over in Toastmasters. Just work on your craft a little bit every single day, and eventually you will be a big paid professional. My guess is at some point in time you'll make $20,000 for a keynote speech. Hey, thanks for watching. If this was useful, please subscribe on iTunes, review it on iTunes, subscribe over on YouTube, leave a comment there, and of course go over to the blog at allaboutfocus.com and leave a comment there about what you liked about this video and what you'd like to hear in the future. Don't forget to also follow me on Twitter at @PatrickAllman. We'll talk again soon. Take care and have a great day.